Welcome to Coach Line's Summer Mastermind. We finished up week number 1 last week. So if you missed it, be sure to go back and watch the episodes. You can find episodes 1 through 5 inside the Freeling Nation Facebook group. And we have alarms going off, which means it's just a super exciting time for you to do that. No, I thought I turned off all my alarms. But anywho, if you did see last week's episode, then be sure to let us know what you thought about it. Leave us a comment in the Facebook room to let us know your thoughts, because feedback is always good. We're always looking to improve, because when we improve, you improve, because when we get better, we'll be able to teach you better. And so it's now week number 2. We are in episode number 6, and this episode is how to get a client to follow through. Now, this is really big because when clients don't follow through, that makes you look bad, which means you're probably not going to get many referrals, and it just doesn't go too well for you. So, right, it's a really big problem for a lot of trainers because no matter how good your workout program is, you might have the best program in the whole entire world. Sometimes people just don't follow through. They don't finish it, or they stop halfway, they quit right when they're about to get that result. They maybe just half-ass it, or they just lose all motivation. So we want to fix that, obviously. So today we are going to address how to make sure your clients are following through. And so just want to give you a heads up. The next 3 episodes will be a 3-part series pulled from my free masterclass, How to Make $10,000 from High-Paying Online Fitness Clients. So we're going to focus on how you can challenge the norm today in order to get your client to follow through. So I want you to watch this video that I'm about to play for you, and I'll come back on the screen right after the video plays through, and we will discuss what I covered on the video as well as next steps. So if you've already seen my masterclass, feel free to watch again. I highly recommend that. You might learn something new, or just fast forward to the end part where you see me again, and we will engage in a wrap-up discussion, and I'll go through what your homework is going to be. So be sure, regardless of if you've seen the masterclass or not, head over to the end of the video because there is going to be some nuggets at the end that you're going to want to make sure you hear. So let's get into it. Here you go. Okay, so we're going to get into the first step. Step number 1, challenging the norm. So the norm, this is what most people tell you to focus on, but unfortunately it does not work. So as a fitness coach who's been trying to do their thing online, you've probably heard all 3 of these things. So people have tell you to build your social media following. Try to post all of this different content to get people to follow you and all that jazz. That's what they're telling you to do. The second thing you probably might be hearing is get clients through referrals. It's so easy. No, it's not that easy. People say to do this, but it sometimes just doesn't work because the people you get may not be the people you like, or they're just not interested, right? And the last thing they're probably telling you to do is to coach one-on-one. Yes, that's cool, but you can't really scale if you're coaching one-on-one. So this is what most people are telling you to do, but unfortunately it does not work. So I want to teach you a new way of going about things, where we're going to be challenging the norm and doing something different so you can stand out in the crowd. So I want you to stop doing the most and get a strategy guaranteed to get you results. So do you want to know my strategy? Give me a yes if you want to know my strategy. The strategy is you have to provide value. At least one of the strategies, you have to provide value, because getting clients is easy. Keeping clients is the hard part, because the most common reason why fitness programs fail is because the client does not follow through. So how do you get them to follow through is the real question. And this is what leads us to the value circle. You can provide value with these 4 parts. So I'm going to take you through each one of these, and then we're going to go into some examples of how you can create each one of these. So the first part of the value circle is your niche. So this is a sub-market within a larger market. So we're going to learn how to get specific about who you want to help and why. The second part is your you factor. So this is what you can offer to the world that only you can provide because it's unique to you. So you have to identify, you have to
form an identity for yourself in order to lead your audience. So if you don't know who you are, how will your clients know who you are? And that's what we're going to work together on for your you factor. The next thing is your tribe. This is a group of people with common issues and goals. So you need to be able to create a community with its own identity. Um, the greats didn't get anywhere alone. So we're going to learn how to build a community and use that community to build your empire. And then the last thing is movement. This is a tribe that's rallied around a common mission. So whatever you're creating you need to have something to stand for so you can keep them motivated. And honestly, if you have all of the parts of this value circle, your client is guaranteed to follow through. So let's take a deeper dive into each one of these sections. So, why is having a niche so important? Because when you appeal to all, you appeal to none. And so that's basically saying that you won't succeed if you try to help everyone. You have to learn to get specific. So, I want you to meet Taryn, and we're going to look at niche in action. Taryn, who was struggling to make sales, who is now able to make sales by first niching down. So, Taryn wanted to help people lose weight. So she started training. She started off good. She was getting few results here and there. And then after the while, clients started to leave, and she had found herself starting over and over and over with no major success. So her goal was obviously to help people lose weight, but the problem was she was helping everyone lose weight. So the solution is she niched down and focused on helping mothers lose weight after pregnancy. And so just like that, she's now able to dictate and pre-qualify her clients. So if you weren't a postpartum mom, then she didn't train you. This allowed her to laser focus her trainings to get the best results for them, because losing weight postpartum is different than losing weight in general. So she can now tailor her workouts and get her clients better results. Now her testimonials were about moms who lost weight, and so that by default got other moms interested, and so her client base expanded just by niching down. So now that she's niched down, she ran into another problem. So Taryn ran into another problem. Even though Taryn had an overflow of clients for niching down, moms start to lose motivation and quit, right? And so you've probably been dealing with the same problem. So how do we solve this? We solve this with the next part of the value circle. So as you can see, you're going to need all four of these parts of the value circle in order to provide value, right? And so, again, we're going to solve with your you factor. So, a good leader can be the difference between success and failure. So, if there's no leader, they don't have anyone to follow. And so, you need a leader who they can count on to keep them going and someone who they can relate to. So, how do you create a U factor, and what exactly does that mean, right? And so, your U factor is your unique characteristic that defines who you are. So, it's going to help you become an authority in your industry. So, what you're going to want to do before we create your U factor is first think about your background. Think about where you come from. Where did you grow up? What is your family like? So, maybe you come from an obese family. Maybe you were overweight and lost 30 pounds. Maybe you're a country girl. What is your background? Think about that. The second thing you want to think about is your experiences. What have you gone through? What have you experienced? What are you knowledgeable about? Maybe you've already helped 5 women lose 25 pounds. Maybe you have a certification in weight training. What experiences do you have? The third thing you want to think about when creating your U factor are what obstacles have you overcome? Maybe you've had a financial struggle of being laid off like I did and you overcame that. Maybe you overcame cancer. Maybe you had a C section. Whatever it is, think about those obstacles that you have overcome. The fourth thing, think about your passion. What's your passion? Obviously, you love fitness if you're here thinking about building your online empire, but maybe you have a passion specifically for helping women. What is your passion? And the very last thing, just think about what makes you you. Maybe you're fun, energetic. Maybe you like to do crazy things. Maybe you have a crazy talent that's unheard of. Just think about what makes you you. All five of these things combined will help you create your U factor. So let's take a look at Taryn again. So Taryn's background is she was out of shape, she was a single mother, she overcame postpartum depression, she loves fitness, and she lost 20 pounds postpartum. right? So as we listed out all of those five different characteristics, we started to think about nouns and adjectives that described who Taryn was and the type of coach she wanted to be. After some brainstorming, we landed on the bounce back mom. And so that is what her U factor is. So this is the start of her identity phase. So now when people talk about Taryn, they reference her as the bounce back mom. So she became the buzz of the town. All the moms were like, have you worked with the bounce back mom? Not have you worked with Taryn anymore. So Taryn has now become replaced with the bounce back mom. This is more catchy. This is more recognizable. There's probably millions of Tarens who are teaching the same thing. So, and helping people lose weight. But when you establish yourself like Taryn did as the bounce back mom, now you become a topic worth discussing and an authority in the industry. So once you list out all of your background and experience and all that, think of how you can define yourself. And even going back to myself, I'm the fit marketer. That's my U factor. So everyone should have a U factor when trying to create their online presence. Okay. So let's we move on, right? So now we have a niche. Taryn has a niche and she has a U factor. But people are going to work with you until they stop working with you. So when this problem arises, you have to find another way to remedy this. So, but the thing is, how do you prevent them from stopping working with you? That's the real question. And this is how we solve this with a tribe. So we solve that problem by creating a tribe, which is the third part of the value circle. So the greatest change comes when we work together. So now that you have your identity, you must define your client's identity, which is part of the tribe. You need to break their habits because you want them to become a new person without those habits. We need to give them an experience, something they don't already have. And you can't just give them a workout and a nutrition plan and an identity and expect them to get results. They need community. And this is why the tribe is so important. So, how do you create a tribe? Like, what does that even entail? Right? So think about the tribe identity. Who are your clients becoming? Like how are they going from A to Z? Who are they going to become by the time you finish working with them? And who will they be? Also, think about the virtual community. Where's a place where your clients, where you can give them support and resources on a daily basis? Where will your virtual community live? And the last thing is live events. How will you host live events where your clients can meet face to face and connect? All three of these components are what are going to help define your tribe, right? Because they need somewhere to hang out. They need somewhere to get and give support. They should feel like they are part of something. If they are engaging with others who have similar issues, they are more likely to stay. So if they feel like other people are not relatable, unfortunately, they will leave. And that's where the problems arise. And that's when excuses start to come. Well, she's never had a child before, so she doesn't understand. If you didn't have a niche and a tribe, that's probably something that would come up. But if they were all experiencing the same thing, they can lift each other up within the tribe. So now it becomes if it works for Taryn, it can work for me. We have the same job, same background. We both just had a kid. And this is what motivates them to be surrounded by people like them. So you need to create an environment like this by creating a tribe identity, by creating a virtual community, and by hosting live events. So let's take a deeper look into this. So again, going back to Taryn as our example, she needed to create an identity for her clients so they could begin to change their mindsets. Her whole being, her whole program centered around them be, getting fit after having a baby, right? So now their identity is that they are sexy moms. So you want to think about your client's transformation and who they will become. Taryn wanted to create a group of sexy moms, so her tribe was birthed, and that's where the Sexy Moms tribe initiated. So think about the army. They train you to become a new person. You say things you don't even believe, but after a while, you start to believe them. So now it's like from now on, we are going to train like sexy moms. We're going to eat like sexy moms. We are sexy moms. So you need to make them think they are already sexy moms. They now have an identity to embody. So think about the same thing for your tribe. What do you want them to embody? What do you want them to be? Who are they going to become? And that's what you revolve your tribe around. So her tribe identity is sexy moms because that's what they ultimately are right now because that's what they are going to become. Her virtual tribe was the Sexy Mom Secrets Facebook group. And so she decided to host her virtual tribe via Facebook. She held lives there. She posted content there daily. And so you can tie your tribe, your virtual tribe name into your tribe identity. Hers was called the Sexy Mom Secrets, and that was the name of her Facebook group. And then the last thing, her live event. She held a huge event once a year called the Sexy Moms Summit. And this is a yearly event where all of the moms who she trained came to a summit, and she hired speakers and people to present, and they did a workout session. And she also invited people into her program. And so these are the three things that really shaped and defined her tribe. So, but here's the thing, even after a tribe, you're still going to lose people. So you have a niche, you have a U factor and a tribe, but after a while, clients still leave. And I'm sure you're still experiencing that, right? You're like, but I've niched down. I am unique. I have a community, but people are still leaving. And you know why? It's because you're missing the fourth portion of the value circle. So, how do you get your clients to stay forever? You solve this with movement. Again, the last part of the value circle. It's got to be bigger than you to change the world. So, what you are working towards and what your clients are working towards has to be bigger than you. It has to be bigger than them. It has to be bigger than the tribe. They have to have something to stand for in order to stick around forever. Forever. So you can die, your tribe can die, but a movement will live on forever. Think of it as your legacy. Okay. And so that's what ultimately you want to be creating a movement, a legacy that can span generations. Okay. So, how do exactly do you create a movement? So, you're going to want to think about what your tribe stands for. You're also going to think about your overall tribe mission. So, um, what are you working together to achieve? And the last thing is think about a cool hashtag. That's the easiest way to think about it. Usually a movement nowadays, it comes in the form of a hashtag. It gets them pumped up and happy to be a part of something, so they're less likely to quit, right? And so you've probably seen lots of different hashtags that are specifically tied to movements. And so those are the three things that you can start to think about as you're starting to create your movement. So let's take a look at Taryn's movement, right? So her mission is to make moms feel sexy after giving birth. Her movement now became moms can be sexy too. So now it's more so that she's creating a movement around moms can be sexy too. And it's not just about losing weight after postpartum. It's now become something bigger than just losing weight. It comes about all moms have the ability to be sexy. And this movement is a group of like minded women who are trying to achieve that same goal. Okay. So now we've completed the value circle, right? So if we put all of Taryn's information into the value circle, we have her niche, which is mom's post pregnancy. We have her U factor, which is the bounce back mom. And then we have her tribe, which her tribe is called Sexy Moms. And then her movement is moms can be sexy too. So if you establish yourself as your U factor and you have a tribe name, you have your movement now. She can now say, I'm Taryn, the bounce back mom. You are a sexy mom, and now you're a part of the Moms Can Be Sexy Too movement. So that becomes like your whole elevator speech and your whole spiel and encompasses what your program and service is about, right? So ultimately, value equals transformation, not information. There's already way too much information out there in the world. People need a transformation, and through the value circle, you can provide that transformation, which will ultimately keep people around for the long haul. So, before we move on to the second step, I want to leave you with this gem. Everything about you is good enough. So I want you to say right now, I am good enough. A lot of people don't start or don't get moving with their business is because they don't think that they are knowledgeable enough, or they don't have all the pieces in place, or they don't know how to do this, they don't know how to do that. But let me tell you right now, everything about you is good enough. You have a you factor, you have a you system, you have a niche, you have a movement, you have all of the pieces there. You just need to put it all together and just get started. So don't listen to what other people say. Just get those four value circle pieces in place and get started, because what you have to offer, no one else can offer. And so by not getting started, you're depriving them of success. So get started and remind yourself, I am good enough. So again, say that out loud. I am good enough, because you are.
Hey, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed part one of the series. Here are some of the big takeaways. If you either just went through it really quickly or you already fast forwarded and now you're here with me again, welcome back. So we went through the big thing in order to get your clients to follow through is to be able to provide value. And so how you can provide value is through what we just went over, which is called the value circle. There's 4 parts to the value circle: your niche, your you factor, your tribe, and your movement. So if you want to know about how to create all of those, be sure to rewind to that part, but you're going to want to make sure you have those 4 parts to have value. When you have those 4 parts and you have your value circle complete, it's going to be very difficult for your client not to follow through. You'll have them hooked in, locked in, and everything that they need in order to follow through. And why this is important is because value equals transformation. Information does not equal transformation. There's already so much information on the internet. You can go to Google, you can go to Wikipedia, you can find tons of information on the computer. And so it's not that people need more information, they need more value that's actually going to help them get a result. So when you're providing value, you're providing transformation, which is motivation for them to follow through. And the last bit of the video talked about, remember, you are good enough. You have value to provide. You have something great. You have a skill. You know how to transform people's lives. So do it. So all you have to do is start. So start with your value circle. Get all of those 4 components in alignment and start to produce some value for your clients in order to get them to follow through. So your homework for today is to post in the Freely Nation Facebook group your niche, your you factor, your tribe, and your movement. So I basically want you to post all the 4 components of your value circle inside the Facebook group. We are going to workshop it together. And if you really, after watching the video, you still kind of don't know what your niche, your you factor, your tribe, or your movement is going to be, let us know in the Facebook group and we'll help you create one. You don't want to leave this week without this value circle complete. And again, please let us know how you enjoyed week number 1. We love to hear your feedback and we always want to do better for you. If you want more personalized help on how to create more value and how to really hone in on your value circle and how to get your clients to stay long term, this is just the bare minimum that you're going to want. But there's so many other things that you want to have in place to make sure your client follow through. So if you want to talk more, be sure to book your free breakthrough call with yours truly, and we will go through all of that. We will workshop your business, figure out what you're struggling with, provide you goals and solutions to build your 6-figure empire. So if you want to hop on a call with me, head over to mycoachline.com/apply. Link will be below, and you can hop on that phone call and make progress in your road to building your empire. So, as always, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. We want everyone to get this great information because it's better when we succeed together. And last bit, always train, love, and grow. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow for episode number 7, where we will dive into part 2. See ya. Want to know more about how to build, launch, and grow a profitable online fitness business? Book a call with our team today. We will help you create a plan and give you strategies that you can implement ASAP so you can start making money and impacting lives now.